Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. The table shows the distribution of 88 basketball players and their positions on a basketball club. Each player is categorized in one position. In the given table, in the first column, we have the name of the position. In the second column, we have frequency. If one of the 88 players is selected at random, the probability of selecting a player who is categorized as a power forward, given the player is not categorized as a shooting guard, is 3 over 12. How many of these players are categorized as a center? Okay, let's assume capital P as a number of players who are categorized as power forward. Let me write the stuff over here. And C as a number of players who are categorized as a center. Now let's consider the last row of the table over here. That is a number of players who are categorized as power forward or center is 35. According to the fundamental principles of counting, the word R is considered as addition in mathematics. Then we can write an equation for the information we have over here. That is P positive C equals to 35. That is the number of players who are categorized as power forward and center is equal to 35. In this equation, we have to find the value of C, which gives the number of players who are categorized as a center. Okay, now to get the value of C, I have to get the value of P. That is the number of players who are categorized as a power forward. Then I can plug in the value for P over here and solve for C. Okay, for that, we can consider the other information over here. That is the probability of selecting a player who is categorized as a power forward, given the player is not categorized as a shooting guard is 3 over 12. Here we have a conditional probability. So that is we have the probability for selecting a player as a power forward, and also there is a condition that the player should not be categorized as a shooting guard. Let's get the total for this one. Okay, now to get total for the given conditional probability, we have to exclude this 16 because the 16 is the number of players who are not categorized as a shooting guard. Okay, now to get the total corresponding to the probability we have over here, so I have to subtract the 16 from the total number of players 88. That is 88 negative 16, which is equal to 72. Or we can add this 26, 11 and 35. That will give a total of 72. Since we find probability, we take this total in denominator. And in numerator, we have to write the number of players who are categorized as a power forward. Because here we have the probability for selecting a player who is categorized as a power forward. We know that this capital P represents the number of players who are categorized as a power forward. We can write that one over here. So the probability I got over here represents the same probability we have over here. So this P over 72 and this 3 over 12 must be equal. Let me write it over here. Let's solve for P in this equation. Let me multiply both sides of this equation by 72. Then this 72 will cancel out. 12 goes into 12 one times and 12 goes into 72 6 times. Then I'm getting P equals to 18. Okay, here I got the number of players who are categorized as a power forward. Okay, now let's plug in this value 18 for P over here and solve for C in this equation. Okay, now let me do it. That is 18 positive C equals to 35. Let me subtract 18 from both sides of this equation. This positive 18, negative 18 will cancel out. I am getting C on the left side. Right side, I am getting 17. Okay, here I got the number of players who are categorized as center. That is 17.